Full name, date of birth, please.
Eric Teller, Romine.
All right, Mr. Romine, you were arrested earlier today, charged with the following: possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and resisting arrest, risking physical injury. That's a Class 6 felony. I appoint the Public Defense Services to represent you as your attorney. Your problem is this: under Arizona law, if you are arrested, charged with a felony, and released, and while you are on that release from the first felony, you are charged with committing a new felony, you're not entitled to have a bond set or be released otherwise on the new charge. So you'll be held without bond at least until your next court date, which will be July 26th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
John, I have a question.
Yes.
I was asleep in my vehicle. What gave the cops the right to open my vehicle and pull me out and slam me on the ground?
I saw that, and that's something you can discuss with your attorneys, but with the attorney that was appointed to represent you. But I read the report. One of the things we don't determine at this stage of proceedings is the legality of a search. That's what your attorney's for. But if you were illegally searched, apprehended, and
assaulted,
and your attorney can file a motion to quash the contents of the search. But right now, based upon what I read, they had a right under the circumstances to inquire about what you were doing and what was going on, and you actually, let me see, you had another case pending at the time also.
Right, I'm out on bond, I'm fighting it.
Well, I'm just telling you, and under the circumstances, if you get arrested for a new felony, you'll be held non-bondable, and I believe there's at least probable cause in this case that you committed the offense of possessing dangerous drugs and resisted arrest, risking physical injury. Anyway, your order's right over there. Anthony Herrera, and then it'll be Jonathan Rose. Full name, date of birth, please.
Anthony Herrera.
Mr. Herrera, you were arrested earlier today, charged with possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You were on felony release when this is alleged to have occurred earlier today. On another charge, you had your initial appearance on July 10th and apparently were released pending future court proceedings. For that reason, as you heard me explain to the last defendant, you'll be held without bond at least until the next court period, which will be July 26th at 8:30 Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Your order is right over there.
Okay.
Jonathan Rose, and then it'll be Janelle Garland. Full name, date of birth. And your full name.
Jonathan Rose.
All right, Mr. Rose, you are on felony probation for two separate felony convictions here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation, and in each case on June 27th, a warrant for your arrest was issued. No bond warrants each of them. So you'll be held on the probation violation matters with no bond at least until your revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, on July 29th at 8:30. Then you have another case pending that a warrant was issued on when you failed to appear at a status conference. In that case, you were charged with one count each of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, criminal trespass, a misdemeanor, and another form of trespass, a misdemeanor. When you didn't show up on July 1st, they issued a warrant for your arrest with a $5,000 bond. Your next court date in that matter will be, July 29th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. And you're ordered right over there. Janelle Garland, and then it'll be Kylie Odell.
How you doing, sir?
Full name, date of birth, please.
Janelle Garland, 11.
All right. You're on felony probation here in Maricopa County. And a warrant for your arrest for violating conditions of probation was issued on March 19th of 2019. Apparently, you were, I don't know if you were in custody in Las Vegas or what, but the state of Arizona extradited you from Las Vegas. The bond had an $1,800 amount set on it, the probation violation bond. Your next court date will be July 29th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix.
I have a bond for $1,800.
$1,800. If this is the only thing holding you in, you can bond out. But make sure you show up, all right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Kylie Odell, and then it'll be Morris Williams. Full name, date of birth, please. And your full name.
Kyle G. David Odom.
All right, Mr. Odom, you were on felony probation, here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation on March 10th. A warrant for your arrest was issued with a $500 bond. Your next court date will be a revocation arraignment hearing, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, July 29th at 8:30. And your order's right over there.
Thank you.
Morris Williams, and then it'll be Shauna Mahan. Full name, date of birth, please.
Morris Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you are on felony probation here in Maricopa County for 3 separate felony convictions. They contend you violated conditions of probation on June 5th. A warrant for your arrest was issued in all 3. 2 of them have a $550 bond. 1 has a $250 bond. Your next court date now will be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, July 29th at 8:30. And your order right over there. Shauna Mahan, and then it'll be Israel Sanchez. Full name, date of birth?
Shauna Marie Mahan.
All right. Ma'am, you are here. Let me get this on the record here. You have 5 felony convictions here in Maricopa County. You're on felony probation on all of them. They contend you violated conditions of probation on May 29th. In each case, a warrant was issued for your arrest with a $500 bond. Your next court date in all 4 of these will be July 29th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. And you're ordered right over there.
Okay, thank you.
Israel Sanchez, and then it will be Sarah Brown. Full name, date of birth, Mr. Sanchez.
Israel Sanchez, 19.
All right, you, sir, were arrested earlier today, charged with attempted possession of narcotic drugs, a class, they didn't put the class of the felony down, but it's a class 4 felony likely, and attempted possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. The public defender's office appointed to represent you. You are also on felony probation on 4 separate cases, and your probation officer has placed a hold on you on all of those. So a $500 bond has been set in every case that you have. Before probation matters and the new arrest, your next court date on the new charge will be July 29th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and then all the probation violation matters it'll be that same date, time, and place, July 29th at 8:30, and your order's right over there.
So what do you mean, Your Honor?
You what?
I have a question, Your Honor.
Yes.
So, am I gonna be held on, or am I going, or?
Well, if you're on felony probation in 4 separate cases and your probation officer requested that you be held on the probation violation matters, so I set a bond in those cases, and on your new arrest, I set a bond. Each case has a $500 bond, and that is like $2,500 total, okay? There you go. Sarah Brown, and then it'll be Adam Oliver. Full name, date of birth?
Sarah Elizabeth Brown, 12.
All right, Ms. Brown, you were previously charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. You were to be sentenced on those 2 charges on February 16th when you didn't show up. They issued a warrant for your arrest with a $1,500 bond. Your next court date now will be August 1st at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. And your order's right over there.
I'm sorry, when is that?
Everything I told you is printed on that form.
All right, thank you.
Adam Oliver, then it'll be Michael Taran. Full name, date of birth? And your full name?
Adam Michael Oliver.
All right, Mr. Oliver, you're on felony probation here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation on July 11th. A warrant for your arrest was issued with a $1,250 cash-only bond. Your next court date in that matter will be a revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, July 29th at 8:30. You're before us tonight because earlier today you were arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I set a $250 bond in that case. Next court date will be July 29th, also Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Okay, Michael Taran, and then it will be Angelo Bazin. Full name, date of birth. Your full name?
Michael Turan.
Okay, Mr. Turan. You've been charged with in 2 felonies that were assigned to drug court, and you were to be sentenced on those matters on June 10th. You didn't show up. They issued a warrant for your arrest in each case with a $500 bond. Your next court date in those matters now will be July 29th at 9:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Okay, and your order's right over there. Angelo Bazan, and then it'll be Maria De Jesus Dorana. Full name, date of birth?
Angelo Bazan.
All right, Mr. Bazan, you were previously charged with possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6. You didn't show up for a status conference that was scheduled on May 9th. They issued a warrant for your arrest with a $250 bond. Next court date now will be July 29th at 8:30, Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Yeah.
I just wanted to give you the reason that I didn't show up to court was because I got into a car accident and I was in the hospital. And then so as I was in the hospital, they had found gallstones in my gallbladder and then removed my whole gallbladder. So I've been in the hospital this whole time.
And who knew that?
And nobody did because I didn't call. I was in the hospital.
Okay. So, I don't know what else to tell you. That was so long ago. You had such an opportunity. I'm just going to affirm the present $250. When your case is resolved, if you bond your way out, it's very likely to be returned to you, but tonight I'm going to affirm the amount, and your next court date will be July 29th. If you post 250 and get out, make sure you show up on the date and time in the order. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Maria De Jesus, and then it'll be Sean Bazin. We have two Bazins today. I've never heard that name before. All right, man. Full name, date of birth.
Maria de Jesus Gonzalez Duran.
All right, man. You were arrested here. Let me see.
On a warrant.
Yes. This is from June of 2013.
Yes.
Yes, I know. So anyway, you failed to pay a fine. The last warrant was issued on March 22nd with a $500 bond. This is your fourth arrest. I'm going to affirm the amount of the warrant, the $500 warrant, the $500 that the warrant requires. July 25th at 8:30 is your in West Mesa Justice Court will be your next court date. If you bond out, make sure you show up, all right? And if you post the bond, that's probably the amount of money, the fine you owe, right? All right. Well, anyway, good luck. Sean Bazan, and then it'll be Jacqueline Bunton.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Okay. Full name, date of birth, please.
Oh, sorry.
Sean Bazan,
11-1.
All right. You are here because, by direct complaint, the county attorney's office charged you with possession of dangerous drugs. This is alleged to have occurred in October of 2022. The warrant was issued on October 18th of 2023. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, August 6th at 8:30. There's your order, right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet. Jacqueline Bunton, and then it will be Messiah Cochran. Full name, date of birth.
Jacqueline May Button, 6.
All right, ma'am, you were arrested earlier today, charged with one count each of the following: possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony; possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony; possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony; possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony; carrying a weapon in the commission of a felony offense, Class 6 felony; and illegal possession of prescription drugs. That is a misdemeanor. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're also on felony probation, and your probation officer has requested that a hold be placed on you, and what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to release you in your new case on your own recognizance to be supervised by your probation officer. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Okay. You're to contact your probation officer within 24 hours of your release from custody. Touch base with him or her. Your next court date in this matter will be August 6th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Then, the matter of the violation of probation, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court on the revocation arraignment matter, July 29th at 8:30. All right, but it's a different date. Let me go back and check. You've got, I don't know, maybe they finally started. Oh, I'm taking that. August 6th rather is the first date, and this one is July 29th. Yeah, so you got two different court dates. Okay. The probation violation matter is earlier. But you make sure you show up for both of them. Call your probation officer within 24 hours, okay?
I will.
There you go. Messiah Cochran, and then it'll be Ollie Frost. Full name, date of birth.
Messiah Cochran.
All right. Mr. Cochran, you were arrested earlier today, charged with criminal trespass of a residential structure. That's a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm releasing you on supervised release. Conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or initiating contact with the victim. On your release order, there'll be a phone number for pretrial services. Contact them at that phone number within the first 2 or 3 days of your release, okay?
Okay.
They expect a call from you. They just want you to touch base and talk to you for a moment. As
Yes,
I
sir.
said, next court date, August 6th at 8:30. There you go.
Thank you. Okay.
Ollie Frost. Full name, date of birth, Mr. Frost. And your full name.
Ali Frost.
All right, Mr. Frost, you were arrested earlier today, charged with criminal trespass of a residential structure. That's a Class 6 felony. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, August 2nd at 8:30. Conditions of your release include not going back to the location where this is alleged to have occurred or initiating contact with victims or witnesses. Do you understand? Are your orders right over there?